Let's get it. We back at it again. Y'all already know I'm gonna bring all the excitement and energy into this episode 99 of Real Fan Sports Podcast. Y'all see what we repping out here. And if you listen to last episode last week, your boy called it. Broncos Nation, Broncos Country. Let's ride. We back in this season. We here. I don't know why y'all counted us out, Julian. I don't know why y'all did.
No, I was high, bro. I don't know why. I was high on y'all. Like coming out of that Chiefs game, I was like, it actually looks. I mean, look, maybe Russ got the recipe. Maybe Sean Payton found the ingredients that he needed, and now he's cooking again. I mean, we'll see. But no, I mean, big win against the Bills. Obviously, we're just going to jump right into it. Episode 99. We're missing Gabe right now, but he'll be back for 100. He has to be. Hoping to have a big episode planned for episode 100. So let's see what we can do. But yeah, as for the game, it was a wild game. Honestly, first off,
that was the most stressful game. I felt like it was a playoff game. Like we needed that win. I mean, obviously
it kind of was.
We had to win out, right? That the back and forth, and then we're gonna get into the details, bro. I didn't even know what to think. I was happy, then disappointed, frustrated, then happy again, and then pissed off. And it's like,
dude, first off, like even outside of that game, real quick, like there was like 4 games or 5 games decided by like a field goal at the end. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like there were so many wild games, and we're gonna get into them. But yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm gonna give the Broncos their credit. They're playing better. They're playing clean. Russell Wilson seems to be the same Russell Wilson that we have known for so long in Seattle, and he coming to Denver. I think Sean Payton is going to, like, if he's able to bring this team to within a playoff chance, or if he brings this team to the playoffs, like, how can you pick anybody else for coach of the year? Obviously, we might be, predicting a little too soon, but I mean, if they continue to play like this, look, the thing with the Broncos, all you have to do is just play clean football. You know what I mean? Like, you play clean. There's enough talent on the team. You can beat anybody. It's crazy. I was listening to somebody brought up a great point, and I never really thought about before. It's like most games in the NFL come down to a team beating themselves. And you kind of think about it for a second, and you're like, yeah, like most of the time when teams lose, it's because they beat themselves.
I mean, it's true. And look, and like we played so well defensively, and which something I really wanted to highlight. And I told you, once we bring that defense back, that has been our Achilles heel since the start of the season. And we're known for that. We're known for having a great defense. So we don't know what happened early on. But it was the small things that kept the Bills in the game. Honestly, it should have been a blowout. Because of how we played defensively, we had some of the best field position ever, starting on their own 40, 50, because of those turnovers, the interceptions, and the fumbles. And we couldn't really capitalize on scoring, and we settled for field goals. But I do want to shout out the Bills' defense on some of those stops that they had. So I can't entirely blame it on our offense. Bills' defense did their thing over there. But, yeah, like you were saying, so we missed 2 extra points. Granted, It was a very windy day in Buffalo, right? Still not going to use that as an excuse, but we missed 2 extra points. And as soon as we missed that first one, I was like, God damn it, this is it right here. This is what's going to come down at the end of the game is at this point. Then I saw it happen again. And then we all know what happened with the field goal at the end of the game. And not going to lie, we got very lucky with that second chance. But what we did the entire game put us in that position to win it with a walk-off at the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Bills, man, God, like they just shoot all season, and they've just been shooting themselves in the foot. Like I can't believe they had too many men on the field at that field goal. Like, dude, like, come on. Like, that is
and you know what's funny, though? You have to shout out the Broncos because we did it twice that game. I don't know if you saw. But heading into 3rd or 4th down, our transition to the field goal unit team without calling a timeout with the clock running, we did it twice that game and got 2 field goals off it. We had a walk-off field goal, I think, right before the half, and then, of course, the game winner. So that caused confusion for the Bills And we executed that twice to perfection.
Dude, yeah. I mean, between that and then like I said, I mean that game was probably the best Russell Wilson game I've seen in a while. I mean, dude went 24 for 29, 193 yards, not the most amount of yards, 2 touchdowns. But like I said, like dude, just if all you need him to play clean, get open. Like he can make the moments, make magic when you need it the most. Like that Cortland Sutton touchdown on the ed court. Oh my god, dude, that was. I knew as soon as he caught it, I was like, that's in. Like you could just tell, like that was in. I was like, man,
that's catch of the year. That's throwing catch of the year so far. I don't care what anyone says.
The awareness.
That's as close as it gets.
Dude, the awareness. Like that's the one thing I always admire the most about like wide receivers that can, just do those toe taps. It's just the awareness to be like where you're at in the moment. Like that's just like insane skill to be able to run full speed, stop, tap your toe, like catch the ball, like bro, it's just so much that goes into that and be able to do it. And like, man, Cortland Sutton he's a sleeping giant, bro. I'm telling you, like I genuinely believe that. And I think the Broncos as a whole is just kind of a sleeping giant. Like they need to like continue to play cleaner, and they're starting to do it. And like I said, we said last week,
coaching matters. Coaching matters. We're finally putting it together, right? This is the formula we had last year. We just didn't know what to do with it. Look at our cornerbacks, look at our receivers, look at our running backs, and we brought in Russ, right? Typically, all right, he's not in his prime, but we have the recipe for success.
Yeah, and he just needed to install the offense. And look, the first 6 games was rough. It was really bad, but you saw progression and it's slowly getting better and better. And like, there's a serious chance. It's still a tough division. I mean,
yeah,
the Chargers are always going to be competitive. You already played the Chiefs twice, so you're kind of home free there. Yep. So, but
Raiders one more time.
But
we got Vikings.
You still come to this issue where it's man, the AFC is so tough. The AFC is so tough. Like,
I mean, every game on out it's gonna be a battle, right? And
it really is. It's a war. Every game is war. Anybody in the AFC, honestly, because with the way it's shaping out, every game is must win right now. Like it genuinely feels like playoffs right now. Yeah. It's one of the most exciting seasons I've seen in a while. Like every game, like legitimately is like do or die almost for every team that's competitive. And even some of these teams that aren't, like look at the Colts, for example. The Colts 5-5. Like 5-5. Like that's insane.
They're in the race. They're in the hunt.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't expect it.
The Houston 6-4, like Jackson, the whole AFC North is playing very well, like, and which I want to get into later. But like, man, like it's gonna be really interesting. As for the Broncos, I think, look, let me see what their schedule is looking like, because
and the way I was explaining why we have a recipe for success to you guys in the last few episodes, I'm not just being a Broncos stan. Like I've been watching the games. And I'm seeing what we're capable of doing, right? We turned the defense around, top 3 defense in the league last few games. We have 8 turnovers in the last 2 games. 8 turnovers. And Russ is averaging 2 to 3 touchdowns a game the last few games. We got we got a running game going. We're wearing down defenses. Granted, yes, Russ has been doing little check down passes, haven't been really taking shots down the field.
You need to get confidence.
Coming in clutch, and then you also have Jerry Jeudy, huge on third down when we need him.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just, I think right now they just need to focus when it comes to offense. Just play clean, eliminate the mistakes. You keep on doing, like, as long as you play clean, there's a chance. It's a tough schedule. It's a tough outing. You have, let me see here. You have the Vikings, Browns, Texans, Chargers, Lions, Patriots, Chargers. That's a gauntlet. I mean,
Browns
that's
top
hard.
3 defense, but Browns just lost their quarterback.
Yeah.
Vikings, yes, they're hot, but we're also
you still got to back up.
3-game win streak, and of the 2 teams we beat, right? They have a backup, and if our defense is playing the way it's playing, Dobbs is playing amazing, but how long can he sustain that? He is.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how well. I mean, he had a couple good games in Tennessee last year, and look how that season ended for them. But then you got Texans, who I mean, CJ Stroud's going to be rookie of the year.
Stroud.
That dude.
Yeah.
Look, I called it coming into the season. I was like, he's going to be the best rookie. I was like, they should have took him over Bryce Young. I never understood like why they took Bryce Young. Carolina took Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. Honestly, CJ Stroud is what Justin Fields should have been. And then, after that, you got the Chargers, who played an incredible game, and they're always a tough
offense,
team.
If we could slow down Herbert, man, listen, Chargers, I don't know how they find ways to lose. They put up touchdowns, they put up yards, and their defense is sus.
And then you got the Lions,
no way you're putting up that many points and you're still losing these games.
And you get the Lions and Patriots, and then you got the Chargers again. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be a definite test, but I think it's a team that's slowly getting better and better, and is starting to get streaky and starting to get confident. And especially like when you start getting a team that's confident and feels like they're clicking and they're moving, like that's always it's always a good sign. So we'll see how things go leading on, but I do want to stay in the AFC North, and I just want to bring up, the AFC, and talk about the AFC North, because the AFC North is absolutely like wild right now. Insane. Like,
facts.
There's legitimate talks that it could be the first division in NFL history to have all 4 teams make the playoffs.
Shit.
It's possible. So last week, before the Bengals lost to Houston, they were literally all 4 teams were in. If the playoffs were to start that day, they would have all been in it. Now the Bengals are just on the outside looking in. That's 8th place to the 7th. But man, that team, that whole division is absolutely stacked. It like, honestly, even historically looking back, like that AFC North is always the toughest, the grimiest, the most hard hitting, like old school football division in the NFL. Like every year, like when you see Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, the Bengals, Ravens the past couple of years, they're all just like brutal physical matches. And it's going to be an uphill battle. Like you said, Deshaun Watson out potentially. Is it for the entire season?
I don't recall if it's for the entire season.
I mean, the thing with Deshaun, the Cleveland's defense has been out of this world. Deshaun Watson can be pretty. There's moments where you look at Deshaun Watson this season and he just like, man, he looks horrible. But then he
had a big game last game. I'll give him that. Well, but early on,
he had a good first. He had a good first half. Well, he had a good first half last. The second half he was 14 for 14. The half before that, the first half he was like 3 for 15 or something. It's like there's moments where you see old Deshaun Watson, and then there's like moments where he just looks awful. So it's like, even if Deshaun Watson was there, obviously you do want him there at the end of the day. I don't know if it's just him taking time and he's slowly like getting more and more consistent, but he does need to get more consistent. But with the way things are, with his injury, like who knows? I mean, if he can come back. So now you're coming into the Bengals. The Bengals started off super slow, which they always do. They have the past couple of years. And now they're trying to build themselves out of it, which sucks because you drop the Browns week 1, then you drop the Ravens the week right after that. So now they're having to play catch up, and then you lose to Houston, which sucks, but they're still in it. And man, Joe Burrow is he's almost Brett Favre-esque. He's like, he will make those tight throws, and sometimes it's like, damn, what a throw. But then the next
he's a fighter. He's a fighter, man. He was injured early on. He didn't want to come out, and I could see he's gonna have some longevity in the league, and he's still gonna be impactful, put up numbers. Like we see what he can do when he's in midseason form, like how you're mentioning. I think, but they're always, the last few years, in contention.
I mean, to me, I think Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the league. That's just me. I think it's Mahomes and it's Burrow. Like when you just look at when you think of just sheer talent, like to me, like, and like everything, like to me, he's the second best quarterback. The past week, he did get a little against this Houston game, he did throw a lot of picks, and he can get a little unclean at times, but he's slowly getting better. I mean, and kind of getting into the group because he didn't have a preseason. So the Bengals in general, so trying to come back. But look, I mean, they started off the season weak last season, came in almost, I think they tied the division, they made the playoffs. We're probably going to see this again. And then lastly, you have well, not lastly, but you have Pittsburgh and then Baltimore, which Baltimore, people are saying they're the best team in the league. I don't really, and the AFC, I should say. I don't know. I feel like Baltimore is, how do I say, like, I don't think they're as good as people say they are. I think they're a beatable team. I think sometimes people want to think that they're not, but I think they're a beatable team. I don't know what you think of the Ravens. See, that it was crazy game against the Browns, and they lost.
Just like the Cowboys, I think we get distracted by the big games that they have, right? Those blowout games. I know they blew out the Lions, but then they'll lose these unexpected games, and you really see them break down. You're like, what's going on, right? We're not accustomed to seeing this type Ravens team because when they win big. But that's going to matter going into the playoffs, right? And what Lamar has one playoff win. And this is it. Like the Ravens, we're used to seeing them have a great regular season. But can they sustain going into the playoffs? Can they be that top dog going into the playoffs and get the favored matchups?
Yeah, it always comes back to the issue. I just feel like the reason why I'm never super high on the Ravens is they just, like, when you understand how to beat them, like, you beat them. Force Lamar Jackson to throw, you're going to win most of the time. Lamar Jackson is going to make a mistake. You force him to throw. You stop the run game. You win. You beat the Ravens. To me, like, they're not like some unbeatable team right now. And that's why I can see them potentially slipping out of first place. As for the Steelers are just, man, they're always like Kenny Pickett. He's been playing all right. He's a very conservative.
6-3 right now, right?
They are 6-3. Yeah. So yeah, 6-3. They're very Kenny Pickett. He's been playing solid. He's conservative. He's not going to sling it, but that defense, TJ Watt is just a monster. Just the way like that, they just know how to win in the trenches. And Mike Tomlin, obviously, probably one of the best coaches, is one of the best coaches in the league. And they just always are competitive. It's always like the Steelers. You look at the team, you're just like, eh.
People count them out every single year in some way, somehow. Like you said, they find the trenches. They win the close games. They need a win. They're not super flashy like how they used to be, but they get it done quietly. Like it's crazy. Like 6-3 right now. Like who would have thought Steelers would be 6-3?
And get this, guess who they play the rest of the season? They got a relatively easy schedule too. I mean, at least for them. You have the Browns next, like who we said is missing Deshaun Watson, so you could say they're their favorites going into there. Then you have the Bengals. That's going to be a tough match, important matchup. Then after that, you have the Cardinals, Patriots, Colts, and then you got the Bengals again.
2 easy wins. Colts 50-50. And then Bengals again. The Bengals, like you said, that's a coin toss. It's going to be
another tough match. Seahawks, then Ravens, NFC. So like those last 3 games are going to be pretty tough. But then you got like a semi-easy stretch. But these next, 5 games? So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a legitimate chance they could literally all make the playoffs. Like, I mean, it's crazy with the way they play. But somebody's got to win. Who do you think's going to win? Now that we're at this point.
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I know you don't believe in them, but at this point, Baltimore, I think, depending on their schedule, like they have the best chance of winning the division. I just don't see. I don't see the Steelers coming out. Yeah, they're battle ready. They're battle tested. They grind
talent offensively.
It's just I don't see them coming out in first place for those big games. I don't think they're going to come in clutch for those big games. They might win the games they're supposed to win. Bengals 2 times, like you mentioned, those are coin tosses. Depending on Joe Burrow's health, Bengals O-line, Bengals defense, right? But the Ravens, the way they're looking right now, honestly, that team's on a mission. Like they demoralized the Lions, and the Lions are a fantastic team this year. So that was a statement game. And
they demoralized the Seahawks too.
That too. And so they're capable of having these big games.
They blew up the Browns really. It's
that's
weird.
What I'm saying.
That's why I'm so weird about it.
Games. Like they lose the games they're not supposed to, and it's always it's weird. Like, I don't know if it's their defense or, obviously I don't watch every single Baltimore game, but god damn, like they'll have these blowout games out of nowhere. Like these teams are gone. Like after the first half, like they're not coming back. Like it's a wrap. Like
Yeah, I mean they've been pretty dynamic on offense, and then the defense is doing their job. I mean they're playing really well. It's just the thing with the Ravens. Like I don't know if it's one of those until like you said, like one playoff win in how many years now, and until you show me, it's kind of hard to believe it. But I just feel like they are. If I feel like there's a game plan to be had. Like I said, if you can stop the run, which I know is a tough ask, that's easier said than done. But like we've seen it, like I said, like you force Lamar to throw, you're most likely going to win this game. I mean, dude has a 58 QBR right now. I I think they're like obviously. I mean, look at the Browns. They've shown that it's possible. So I mean, right now they have the Bengals, Chargers, Rams, Jags, Niners, Dolphins, Steelers. They got a pretty tough schedule. I'm with you though. I think they win the division, and I think the reason why they win the division is because the Bengals had a rough beginning. I think that beginning is gonna bite them in the ass, and they're not gonna be able to come back. I think they're going to be a game shy, and the Ravens end up winning that division.
I just don't think the Bengals have what it takes to go on a extended streak. They might win the next 3, drop one, maybe win one, lose one. That's kind of how
I'm not worried about that so much. I can see them going on a streak because they've done it before. It's more so like I don't see the Ravens dropping a ton of games for them to catch up because what is the record? What is the standings? It is.
How many games do they have on them?
Come on, where's it at? Okay, so we have Ravens 6-3, Bengals 5-4. So only one loss behind them.
Which I mean, they're right there. To be honest, it's closer than that.
Obviously, Ravens. They should have a bye this week, I believe. So it could still be one game out. We'll see coming into the Sunday. But yeah, I don't see. Man, I don't. This is the more I look at this. I mean, everybody's 7-3, 6-3, 6-3. See, the thing with the Deshaun Watson was playing that I would feel a little bit more confident about the Browns. Steelers, like you said, I just don't think they're playing well, but it comes to at the end of the day, there's just a certain amount of quality that they just don't have offensively to put games away or play with the Ravens. Like Pittsburgh can't go into a shootout with the Ravens. They just can't. The only team that can get into a shootout with the Ravens, one was apparently the Browns out of nowhere, and then but I don't expect.
That's why.
Yeah, he had one of his like streaky things in the second half. The Bengals are the only team that can do it. So, but like I said, I think Baltimore ends up winning it just for the simple fact that the Bengals just put themselves too much in a hole. Not that they're in a deep hole. It's still one game behind, but you got to hope that Baltimore drops 2. It's possible, but I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely a wild division. It's been one of the best divisions pretty much in my lifetime. So I think it's going to be pretty cool to see how it ends. All right, now let's talk about Detroit. So Detroit, to me, has been, for some reason, obviously because it's Detroit, they just have not been talked about, and they've been like one of the sneaky like best teams in the league. Yes, we just talked about how they lost to Baltimore, but dude, like you see them play and they're just going on runs, man. Like they're winning big games outside of every team's gonna have like that game where shit just falls apart. My Jags had it this week. It's just games that just fall apart. They get away from you. Like shit happens. Does that happen again if the Lions play the Ravens again? Probably not. But man, I don't know if you saw or caught any of the game against them, the Lions versus Chargers. That game was incredible. Absolute shootout, back and forth, going a field goal right at the very end. Yep. It was incredible. It was an awesome game. The Lions are rolling, man, especially offensively. They have just like Amon-Ra Brown has been absolute balling. Dudes,
I had him in fantasy last season, and I was pissed off that Gabe picked him up right before I wanted to pick him. and he has him on his team. And I'm like, God damn it, Gabe. That was my sleeper pick this year that he took. So I know a great deal of what this guy can do, and he's a beast, bro.
And just like
but his
the
health,
way,
I'm worried about his health a little bit this season.
yeah, I mean, it's just the way Dan Campbell has been able to, with his crazy tactics, man. When he got hired, like I never thought that
I
he'd
remember
be
that
turning
press
this team
conference.
around. I would have never thought he would have turned the team around the way he has, but it's honestly unbelievable to see the Lions do what they're doing and seeing Jared Goff. Like, man, when they brought in Jared Goff, I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, he's gonna be a 1-year filler quarterback, and then he turns out he's playing great football. He's obviously like he's capped. This is his ceiling, but it's efficient ceiling. He's doing it. They're winning because of he's just being a great game manager. He's doing what the task that needs to be done and performing it well and taking care of the football. I mean, the Lions offensively, they're just playing clean ball. They're just playing clean, simple ball and winning games. They still got some stuff defensively that they struggle with. Obviously, letting 33 points against the Chargers is like you can't allow that, or allowing 30 plus points against the Ravens.
The Chargers can do that to almost any team. So,
well, they also did, I mean, my bad, 38 points to the Chargers.
That is
but
a
then
lot
also
of points,
like letting up, like we said, how many to the Ravens? 37. So
yeah, it's a little sus.
I mean, they got to get a little better, like, especially rushing the passer. Aiden Hutchinson's been playing really well for them. I wish the Jags would got him over Trayvon Walker, but they obviously need to fix that up. But like, obviously the offense is keeping them in games. They're looking really tough. They're obviously poised to win the division. I don't see the Vikings really catching up to them. They're 2 games behind. You're missing Kirk Cousins. How long can Josh Dobbs keep it up? Lions got a relatively easy schedule ended out. They're going to be, like I said, they're a sleeper team. I think people don't talk about them because they're the Lions, but I mean, dude,
I think what do we have them in like what 2-3 weeks out, the Lions, that the Broncos play them?
So they got, look, this is their schedule. So they got the Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears again. So they should win 4 straight right there. Easy.
Wow.
Like to me. Then you got the Broncos, going to be a tougher matchup. You got the Vikings, which we'll see how long Josh Dobbs can keep it up. I don't know. Is Cousins gone for the season, right?
Yeah, he's out. He's out for the season.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the injury. I remember. I'm drawing a blank on the injury.
I just know he's on crutches right now. So that tells you all you need to know. I think he has some surgery.
You got the Vikings, Cowboys, then the Vikings again. So, dude, like they're poised to like having a crazy season. Like, quite honestly,
like you said, they could win the next 4 games.
They can win the next 4 games. They could beat the Broncos hypothetically. Like all these teams, they could beat. Like they could beat the Broncos, they can beat the Vikings, they can beat the Cowboys, and then they can beat the Vikings again. Like it's crazy. I'm really curious to see how well they play going into the playoffs. I think it's a shame we didn't get to see them in playoffs last year. They started a little too late because, mind you, they ended the season going 8-0.
Oh, it was 8-0, right? I thought it was like a 5 or 6 game win streak.
So, dude, yeah. I want to say it was 8-0. Like they at least went 8-0 at one point. So, I mean, you're talking about, what is it, 8 times 15-2? That's insane.
Hey, like, they started the season. I know people tired of hearing this, but they beat the Chiefs week 1, whether people think that matters or not. That was a statement game. Be one of the best teams in the league.
Look, damn, they do have an easy schedule. Yeah, beating the Chiefs is huge, but man. So you lost to the Seahawks. They beat the Falcons, beat the Packers, beat the Panthers, beat the Bucks, lost to the Ravens, beat the Raiders, beat the Chargers. So like they lost to competitive teams and they beat up outside of the Chiefs game. They pretty much been beating up on feeder teams. But look, you beat the Chargers, you beat the Chiefs. Like those are competitive AFC teams. Like the Ravens lost, that doesn't look great, and losing to Seattle is not great. But hey, look, at least you're winning the games you're supposed to win. And man, they do have an easy ass schedule. Shit, like
if you told me Bears twice in the next 4 weeks, I'm like, here somebody gonna pull out on them. Somebody has to.
But I mean, it's pretty much their division for the taking. I don't see them dropping it. Like I said, I'm really curious to see how they fare in the playoffs because the 2 playoff teams they beat, I mean, they went up against, they've lost except for the Chiefs. So, and I don't know if you call the Chargers a playoff team because who knows necessarily.
I mean, that's up in the air right now. If you look at our division, I mean, we got Chiefs. We know they're going to take the division. We already know that. My team's up in the air. Raiders up in the air, and the Chargers are up in the air.
Raiders aren't making it, dude.
Hey, I mean, I hope they don't. We still play them again. They're 5-5. They have a better record than us, so I can't really say much right now. And they beat us that first game. So yeah, I mean, they're on a 2-game win streak. They're on a 2-game win streak. I'll give them that credit with the new coach. They won their last 2 games. That's fair play.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what it is with the Chargers. They just cannot finish out games, man. Like they show so much, like they're so high powered at times, and then they just can't finish games.
Bro,
or they allow too many points.
It's insane. Passing yards, rushing yards, the amount of field goals they kick. I'm like, just the offense.
And I also
like, how do you guys? I don't know how do you guys lose?
Gabe can keep lying to himself that Tua is better than Herbert, but he's not. Herbert was unreal. Like could you imagine Herbert on this Dolphins team? Jesus Christ!
You know Herbert's playing with a broken finger on his opposite.
Yeah, I know.
Of his throwing hand. Like, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, quarterbacks they do that. They play injured and everything. But I'm just still like, this kid is unreal.
Yeah, I mean,
look, I've been a Herbert fan for the last 3 years.
Obviously, it's not his non-throwing hand, but I mean, there's still a movement. And if your finger's fucked up, like you're still snapping with 2 hands, you're still grabbing them, like you're still running the ball. All it takes is for a quarterback to hit.
Was out last season, 4 or 5 games because he broke his pinky.
Dude, imagine just even if just getting hit, like somebody you land on it the wrong way or some shit. Like even though it's his non-throwing hand, he's still getting hit. Like he's still getting pressures or whatever it is, like snapping.
Watching these Charger highlights, there's always a highlight of Herbert taking a big ass hit. Like he just gets rocked at least once every game.
It's like Burrow too, dude. He just gets fucking blasted. He just gets absolutely blasted.
Yeah, man. With my division, definitely competitive. We could sneak a wild card. I just need, obviously, the Chargers. Their faith, in our hands. We played them twice. We got one more against the Raiders. We're done with the Chiefs. So I just need all these other teams to do us some justice and just demolish the Chargers and the Raiders. Please and thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. So we're gonna go for our Week 11 picks of the week, and here we go. Let me.
We need Gabe to round up the scores for last week.
Gabe doesn't do that.
Oh damn! Not anymore.
He doesn't.
When does he ever?
Well, he never did. He never did.
When is he ever?
He never did.
Right off the bat.
Starting right off the bat. Here.
We were just talking about this too.
So this is tonight. This is tonight. So obviously, people who are watching it are, they're already going to know the results. So. But let's do it anyways. We got the Cincinnati Bengals plus 3.5 at the Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5. Who do you got tonight, JoJo?
Give me Baltimore. High on Baltimore right now. As long as their defense holds up, I think they will be straight. It could be a shootout, potential shootout tonight. But they're at home. I'm gonna give them the edge.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty good game tonight. I'm going to give Baltimore the edge because they're at home. But I'm going to take Bengals with a spread. I think it's a 3-point game. I'd like Baltimore at home. I think they're going to win it, but I'll take Bengals with a spread, losing by a field goal. We're going to see another game-ending field goal shootout tonight.
Keep the streak rolling.
All right, you got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Green Bay Packers. LA Chargers -3 as the road favorites at the Green Bay Packers +3 with the odds right down the middle. Give me the Chargers with a -3 at Green Bay.
Yeah, honestly, I can see that. Super high-powered offense. As long as everyone stays healthy, knock on wood, no more injuries for the Chargers. They should have this game in the bag. I just don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. All right,
here we go.
Titans.
Here
at
we
the
go.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Division matchup.
Yep. Tennessee Titans plus 7.5, Jacksonville minus 7.5, with the odds leaning towards the Titans to get within 7 with a minus 115, with the Jags minus 105. I'm going to take the Jags here with the minus 7. I think they win this game by 10. I think they bounce back after a rough game against the Tennessee Titans team that, yes, they're playing better. And Will Levis is starting to be pretty good and develop into what could potentially be a good quarterback, sadly. But I still got Jacksonville out here. They just have too much talent compared to Tennessee. Tennessee, they still lack a lot. So going Jacksonville.
Yeah, listen, man, I'm rooting for you guys this year, believe it or not. Jeez, that last game was brutal. I called it.
There's always that one game, dude.
Listen, but I said Debo's back. Like, you still got McCaffrey out there. San Fran was on a little losing streak.
Chase Young trade, like insane.
Unfortunately, you guys were just next in line, and they had everything lined up perfect for them. And damn, but I expect you guys to bounce back. Division rival, and play like how you're supposed to play, man. You guys want to earn that respect that you've been preaching last episode. This is it right here. Win the games you're supposed to win. Like, I know it's division matchups and they could go 50-50. You're at home, right? Like, don't even show that it's a rivalry. Like, cook them. So I'm rooting for you.
Gosh,
I'm rooting for you. Anything can happen in these division matchups. You play these guys twice a year. So
the 7.5 is scary because of the way the offense is playing. They're just not playing how they're supposed to be. Trevor's not playing as well as he's supposed to. But even so, with the offense not playing well on these kind of like bottom half teams, they still put up a lot of points somehow. So that's why I kind of see them getting this. But
I think that you guys shouldn't be in a position where you're playing from behind.
Oh no. That San Francisco game was the first game that we were behind, I believe. Like, so the entire game. That was the first time we were behind the entire game. Outside of our losses, all our wins,
6-4.
All our wins, 3, 6-3,
6-3. Oh yeah, you guys were 6-2. Yeah, you're right.
So
Jags with the spread,
the only games we were down significant time was the Houston and obviously the San Francisco game. But the Chiefs loss, we were leading the Chiefs the entire game right until the very end. All right, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Miami Dolphins. Las Vegas plus 12.5, Miami Dolphins minus 12.5, with the odds leaning towards the Dolphins to get that 12.5 at minus 115, with the Raiders minus 105. Look, man, that's a tough spread.
I like that.
It's Miami at home.
Bro, that's,
you know what?
Their offense at home is insane. Like, they're dropping 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I never pick these biggest spreads, but I get the Ravens 1-2 in a row. Not the Ravens. The Raiders have 1-2 in a row, but like, they're going to get got. They're going to get exposed for what they really are. Dolphins are probably going to cook them here, especially like you said, especially at home, coming across the country on a 1 o'clock. So it's going to be like 10 o'clock for them. So,
facts.
All right. We got the Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Dallas Cowboys minus 10.5 as the road favorites. Carolina plus 10.5 as the home dogs. We know
the Cowboys beat up on the bottom of the barrel teams. They just dropped 47 on the Giants last week.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys 10.5.
Oh, man.
As much as it pains me to say it, give me the Cowboys at 10.5. Panthers are just bad.
They're in a rut, man. Like,
dude, they just dropped. They already got the number 1 overall pick. They might get back to back, like the Jags did 2 years ago.
They'll probably tank again, man. Who knows?
They might pull a Jags with back to back number 1 overall picks. All right, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Houston Texans. Houston minus 4.5, Arizona plus 4.5, with the odds leaning towards Houston to get that 4.5 spread, and Arizona at minus 105.
Hey,
as much as it pains me to say it, go ahead.
Give me this one. Your boy Kyler Murray's back, and I think the Arizona Cardinals are due for another upset. And they're going against another young, inexperienced quarterback. Yes, he's probably the hottest quarterback out right now in the league. But your boy Kyler Murray is back. And I don't know if you saw his performance last week, but he's here to play. If he's healthy, I think Cards could legit pull this upset.
Yeah, I mean, has a lot of injuries. A lot of starters is injured, and even so, the starters that they had weren't super great. But they have a lot of injuries going on right now. But man, I just feel like they're on a roll and they're just playing well. I get Kyler Murray's back and all this, but I'm seeing CJ Stroud just playing with confidence.
The most poised I've seen from a rookie.
I'm gonna go Houston with the win, but I'm taking the Cardinals the plus 4.5.
Okay. Listen, remember, this is the Cardinals team that beat the Cowboys.
So you have the Cardinals winning?
I have the Cardinals winning. This is the upset of the week. I'm calling it. This is the game. There's always an upset. This is the one.
And I do think Houston is kind of punching above their weight. They're playing well, but they're also not. They shouldn't be playing this well. But neither are the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't great either, so I don't know. It's a pretty good matchup.
They have nothing to lose.
But I got Houston, but I got Cardinals on the spread. All right, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, this game could have been a lot better, but who knows? It might still be good.
50-50, man. Like,
and honestly, an NFC match, AFC North matchup this week. It's crazy. We're literally just talking about AFC North and back-to-back matchups. So we got Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh plus 1.5 with a minus 120 to get that. Cleveland is a minus 1.5 with the odds being at minus 102. I'm going Pittsburgh here to win the game. Obviously, backup quarterback. Can the defense keep it in them? Possibly, because Kenny Pickett is not a gunslinger. They're not going to put up a lot of points. So it's going to probably be a boring game. It's going to be a tight, low-scoring game. But I think I like Pittsburgh to get the edge over here.
I can agree. I agree with that assessment.
All right. Boo-Boo Bowl. We got... Your New York Giants at the Washington Commanders minus 9.5.
Oh man,
against the New York Giants plus 9.5, with the odds leaning towards the Giants to get within 9.5 at minus 115, and the Commanders minus 105. I'm actually going to take the Giants with the plus 9.5 here. That spread is way too high for the Commanders. I get the Giants suck, but so do the Commanders. So I think so too. I don't see that 9.5. This is their Super Bowl, man.
Washington coming out with the win, though.
Yeah, Washington wins. All right, we got the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Chicago plus 7.5. Detroit minus 7.5 with the odds leaning towards Detroit to cover with the minus 115, with the Bears a minus 105. Give me the Lions here. They're going to win by 14. The Bears are just still suck, and you're coming to Ford Field. Give me Detroit here.
Give me Detroit. I like that spread.
I think we're kind of on par with a lot of the stuff. All right. We got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at San Francisco 49ers. Tampa Bay plus 11.5. San Francisco minus 11.5. I feel like this
49ers are back. They said 49ers are back.
Look, Niners win this game, especially at home. And yeah, they beefed up big time. They got a lot of healthy players, a lot of their star players back. Man, 11.5. This is interesting. Look, Niners win.
I mean, listen, look what they just did to your Jags. Look, you don't think they can do that to the Bucs?
I don't think they I just don't know if they replicate. Man, they definitely win.
I mean, listen, don't forget
I just see Tampa doing some like
streak.
Tampa was just getting their shit pushed in. Who did Tampa just get their shit pushed into? I forgot who it was. Man. You can go give yours.
I'm going 49ers.
9 is at 11.5.
But honestly, I think they win by 10.
So you're going Bucks. I think I'm with you. I think I'm gonna go Bucks here. I think
they win by 10.
11.5 might be a little. Look, the Bucks have been doing some like oddly surprising things. Like they either get blown out or they have like these crazy games. It's kind of odd. So I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm gonna go Bucks 11.5. This is a tough one for me though. That's probably the most difficult decision I had to make in this week's pick'ems, or so far at least. At New York Jets at the Buffalo
Ooh,
Bills. New York Jets +7, Buffalo Bills -7. I'm gonna go with the Jets +7 here, but the Bills win the game. Bills
you
have
know
not
what?
separated themselves. Jets beat the Bills at New
They
York,
did.
obviously, week one. That's week one. So, like, things are always weird week one. But I like the Jets to get within 7. I think they're gonna do just enough. Bills always manage to keep teams in the game. So like
You know
they
what?
haven't like
Yes, not to compare, but I really think this game is going to be a replica of Broncos versus Bills because that Jets defense, I think, Josh Allen just can't play against a great defense. He just can't.
it's like there's
Game's going to be
moments where
close.
he
Game's going to
does.
be. Thing is, Jets offense is so bad that I don't know. It's going to be a game of
Yeah,
fucking field goals.
they got your boy Nathaniel Hackett, OCing over there,
I
and
mean,
Zach
listen,
Wilson. So it's a
I
recipe
mean,
for
The Jets beat us, so I can't really say much. I mean, I'm not really impressed with the Jets this season, and I'm sure a lot of people are not as well, but they're hanging in there.
That's what I was going to say. They're playing better than I anticipated.
They're actually hanging in there. I really feel like
They're 4-5. I mean, they're one game behind Buffalo. Like when you think about it,
I
like I said,
think
I'm going with the Jets +7, but Bills win. Bills at home
nah,
wins this.
I'm gonna go with the Jets to win.
Wow. Okay.
Calling this
Damn.
game.
Then you got the Bills really imploding right now. Okay.
I'm praying. No, I'm not praying on their downfall, but I just don't. I don't see it, man. 4 turnovers, and they're gonna play another tough defense. Division matchup. Like they lost to them week 1, and yes, it's week 1, but the Bills lost 5 times. They're not a
All
superpower
right.
team.
We got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams +1. Seahawks -1 as the road favorites. Give me the Seahawks
I
here
can
to
see that.
win the game.
I can see that as well. In Gino, we trust.
And Gino, we trust.
In Gino, we
All right,
trust.
we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Denver Broncos. Minnesota +2.5. Denver -2.5. To me, this
They got
feels
it
like an
close.
easy bet to me.
They
They got it
close.
close. Look, I think this is the game Josh Dobbs gets got. This is the game he gets exposed. With that defense, I got the Broncos here. I think it's going to be. I would almost consider raising that spread to like 5 with the Broncos. I think Broncos win by a touchdown. Probably get better
I
odds.
agree. Hey, everything's rolling. I explained it earlier.
Sunday
Best
night.
cornerback in the league. Like we're going crazy right now. Like we're literally averaging 4 turnovers over the last 2 games, and I don't see it slowing down.
Watch Josh Dobbs cook, y'all. Can you imagine? Did you imagine
At home, at home.
how well will your confidence just go down?
Yo, I don't know if you know off the top of your how good is the Viking defense? I mean, they're not Bills defense, and I'll tell you that. Like,
I mean, they got the leading sacker in the sack leader in the league, Daniel Hunter.
yes,
So,
yes.
I mean, he's
yes.
playing out of his mind right now. So, but as a whole, look, I would have to do some research, but I would want to say at the top of my head, probably middle of the road. I don't think they're great, but not bad either. But like I said, I mean, they have some ballers on there.
That's all I know is
go.
having our run game change, complete 180. That helps us so much.
All right, we got Monday Night Football, Super Bowl rematch, the Kelsey Brothers showdown. Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs. Philadelphia +2.5 as the road dogs, with the Kansas City Chiefs being -2.5, with the line leaning towards the Chiefs to cover that 2.5 at -115, with the Eagles at a -105 here. I haven't been high on the Chiefs at all this season. They haven't looked dominant to me like they've been in years past. Kelsey is not. There's moments where he looks great, but then there's been a few games where he's had a not so great games. They have literally no weapons. Like the offense is just not great there. The defense is this season, I feel like they've just been finding ways to like win games, but they haven't been that great.
From experience.
Like the Jags game, for example, that was a game they had no business winning, but they won it because the Jags gave it up. I just feel like same thing with the first Broncos game. These are games that just don't look great versus the Phillies, or they're a better team right now. The Phillies are the best team in the league. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the records say. Phillies, Eagles. Actually, are they the best? Yeah, they are. They're 8-1. They're the best team in the league, dude. They are from top to bottom. The tush push, the defense. They're a little susceptible in the safety area, even though they tried to fix it in the secondary.
The brotherly shove they call it.
I like Philly here. I like the 2.5. I like the odds at 105 with the spread. I'll take the Phillies winning outright with that plus 116 on the money line. So yeah, I got Philly here to win this game.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, I really want the Eagles to win. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think Mahomes is gonna pull out a freaking rabbit out of the hat in the fourth quarter, and they're gonna somehow secure the win.
I think the Eagles are just too good, man. I think they're too good.
Listen, I'm praying on the Chiefs' downfall, like I am. But for some reason,
the Chiefs were better though. The Chiefs were a better team last year. It's relatively the same squad, but they were a better team last year, even though it's not saying a whole lot. They have regressed. I just think the Eagles, man, they just haven't let off the gas, man. They've just been.
Granted, the Eagles haven't been as dominant as last season in terms of winning by X amount of points. They're getting the job done. They look efficient. Offense, defense. They have a lot of weapons. I just don't see them pulling out this win.
I will say this. The Eagles are allowing too many points defensively, and that's like I said with their secondary. But the way they're averaging they're getting to by high 20s, 30s every single game. 25, 34, 25, 34, 23. They had 14. Their only loss was against the Jets. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Dolphins 31, Commanders 38, Cowboys 28. So they put up points, man. And the Chiefs can't this season. They just can't put up points this year. And I just don't know if they can go into a shootout with them. So that's kind of where I stand.
We held them to no touchdowns.
That offense, those receivers are just atrocious. Outside of Kelsey, you have no receiving.
Butterfingers.
Tony.
And Mahomes is doing his job. It's scary seeing him out there. He's putting the ball where he needs to. These receivers are dropping touchdowns. They're dropping, big third down throws over the middle.
Dude, the Eagles got a tough 5-game stretch. So they got obviously the Chiefs here. Then after that, they got the Bills. Then they got the Niners. Then they're at Dallas again.
Oh shit!
And you got the Seahawks.
The gauntlet.
But then you got it off easy with the last 3 games: Giants, Cardinals, Giants again. So, but man, they got that's a tough ass gauntlet. But I see them winning all those games. It's a tough stretch, but I see them beating the Chiefs. I see them beating the Bills. I see them beating the Niners, and I see them beating the Cowboys.
And man, to be the top dog, you got to beat the top dogs, and you got them right there, laid out in front of you. So,
yeah. All right. Well, those are our picks of the week for week 11. We will come back next week and see where we're at. But we have game 2 of our sports trivia. It's going to be a little bit different today because Gabe is not here. So how we're going to set this up is I have 10 questions for JoJo. JoJo has 10 questions for me. We're going to be battling it out. The one who has the most points wins. So JoJo's going to throw curveballs at me. Obviously, we kind of balance it right to where it's I'm not going to give them super difficult, but look, I think it'd be unfair if it'd be who's the 5th all-time tight end receiving fumbles that
I will say, listen, for our listeners and viewers, please try your best not to make fun of me. All right, I may not know all of these. All right, and if y'all know the answers, y'all could definitely comment on the video or our post and let us know your knowledge, because maybe we'll have some guest hosts here coming up very soon. Got some plans for our 100th episode and more. So let's get to it, Julian. You wanna pop it off?
All right, you want I guess there's no way to coin flip it, but look, I'll go first. Fuck it. Okay, I'll give you the question. Do you want me to give you the question or you give me the question?
Go ahead, give me the question.
First. All right, here's your first one. Who is the NFL's all-time leading passer by yards?
That will be Mr. Tom Brady.
Incorrect.
What?
It is Drew Brees.
Oh shit! I swore Tom Brady had that one.
No,
he didn't break the record
Tom
before
Brady
he retired.
Let me double check these because these might be fucking wrong.
Hold on, like everybody now they're gonna be like, "Hold on, you're wrong, sir." Unless you're right.
Let me just double check this because they have some of these that are old. Oh, it is Tom Brady.
Give me my point.
Why are these old?
Run that point.
These are like
You listen. You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to double check these because these
you gotta fact check these questions, man.
Because some of these are old. Brady. Yeah. Okay. You're correct. Yeah, there's a point for you.
There's no way, bro. I know Drew Brees held it at one point, but Tom Brady played 30 seasons. There's no way he wouldn't have that. All right, question for Julian. Which NFL team went 0-16 in 2008? I feel like this is up your alley. You do know a lot of football, so I don't think this is far-fetched.
Detroit Lions. They were the first team to ever go 0-16. I forgot what they called that. What is it called again? I don't remember.
What, they're defeated?
No, there's like a saying for it. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. But
you are correct. You are correct. I would have never known that one. I would have never guessed. I would have said the Cleveland Browns or some shit because I know they went 0-16.
Cleveland was they were the second team to do it. But I remember when.
Damn, it's funny. We're talking about Detroit right now. They're the first team to ever go 0-16, and right now they're fighting for a playoff spot.
Okay, this is for you. Who is the all-time leading assister in the NBA?
Ooh. John Stockton.
Correct. John Stockton.
I better not get that one wrong. I better not get that wrong. Bro, I don't how many did he have? Does it say it there? Because it was insane. And he doesn't have a title. He never won. Jordan stopped him twice.
YouTube, man. 15,806 assists.
That's insane.
Insane. You want to know what second place was?
Wait, second place. All right, I know Jason Kidd is top 5.
Jason Kidd is second place.
Okay, there you
1,391. Then it's Chris Paul, 1,225. LeBron James was after that. So
look at LeBron. Not to make this the LeBron show, but he's top 5 assists and he's the highest scorer ever.
I mean, he's had so many years to play too, so that's also a factor.
All right.
So there you go. 2 for 2.
Little basketball trivia for you. Again, fairly easy, not too challenging.
Okay.
Who coached the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA titles in the 90s?
Easy, dog. Phil Jackson.
All right. It's got to touch your basketball knowledge since, you typically are a basketball hater. So, point for
I'm not
Julian.
a hater. I love basketball. It was my first sport I loved. It's just I hate to see where it's gone.
You just hate the NBA. You love basketball, but you hate the NBA. Yeah. I get the difference.
Okay. Which team has won? This is an MLB question. Which team has won the most pennants in MLB history?
Oh, come on. It's my New York Yankees.
Yeah. All right. I'm starting getting a little tougher over here.
All right, let's get it.
All right, your turn.
Okay, Who was drafted number 1 overall in the 2003 NBA draft?
LeBron James.
I'm like, you better have gotten that one right. LeBron James.
All right. We're giving each other layups. All right, we need to get a little.
You know what's funny? Like
here.
I feel like those were easy for me, but I actually wanted to test your basketball knowledge. I wanted to know if you knew that.
Really? I feel like I think you sleep on my basketball knowledge. I think I'm pretty good at basketball history.
All right, you got LeBron 2000. Because if you asked me 04, I'd be like, I don't fucking know who's the number one pick in 04.
All right, let's get a little tougher here.
All right,
who has played the most games in MLB history?
Shit, the most games? Damn. I mean, Jeter played fucking 20 years, but you know, give me Babe Ruth.
Incorrect. Your first wrong answer. It was Pete Rose. 3,562 games.
God damn. How many seasons does it say there or no?
I can look it up, but it doesn't say. I don't know how many seasons that would be.
Interesting. All right. I don't know. Like the way they were built back then when Babe Ruth played, I don't think they missed any games. They're chugging beers, just going out there hitting home runs.
they did nothing. Betting on games.
Betting on their own games.
Betting on their own games.
Betting on their own games.
All right. Hit me with it.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Who is the only player to win NBA MVP, All-Star Game MVP, and Finals MVP in the same season?
Damn, I'm between two people. I want to say it's either Jordan or Kobe. Fuck. I'm going to go with Jordan.
Okay, what it says here, Shaquille O'Neal.
Really? Wow. What? That threw me for a loop. What, like 02?
I don't know. The year doesn't say, but my first guess honestly would have been Jordan.
I was between Jordan or Kobe because, man, that's crazy. So Shaq is the only one?
Game MVP and Finals MVP in the same season.
Wow, Shaq, man. I tell you, Shaq was a baller back in the day, man. Insane.
I think the difference between is that All-Star MVP because I think anyone can win that. But then to win regular season and Finals MVP in the same, like that's insane. That's 3 MVPs going on right now. So there you go, Shaq, folks.
All right, we both lost one there. Okay, so we're 3-3 still. All right. Let me just. Okay. I just need to remember that turn. That was 4 turns. All right, now we're on the 5th turn. All right. Who was the last non-quarterback to win the NFL MVP?
My boy, Von Miller, 2015.
Incorrect.
What? Who?
Adrian Peterson in 2012.
No. Wait, hold on. You said regular season MVP?
Yeah, it just says NFL MVP.
Oh, you know what I was thinking?
Did you think of Super Bowl MVP?
I thought Super Bowl MVP. My bad. Honestly, I didn't know that anyways. I didn't know it was Adrian Peterson.
It was,
but I do know you can fact check.
To last episode when we talked about the all-time leading rusher, the season that Adrian Peterson was chasing it, that was the year when he won the MVP.
Fire.
All right. Hit me with it.
Ooh, let's see if you know this one. I like this one. Who was the last quarterback before Patrick Mahomes to win NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same season?
NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same. You said quarterback or you said player?
Yep, quarterback before Patrick Mahomes. You got a deep dive here.
Damn, I feel like it's got to be at least like 10 years ago. Shit, when was the last time Brady won a fucking MVP?
When was the last time Brady won an MVP? I feel like early on in his career.
MVP and Super Bowl MVP. Damn. Damn, no, there's no way he won that year. I was gonna Fuck, man, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Your boy, you want the answer?
I'm gonna go Tom Brady. I'm just gonna go Tom Brady.
Wrong. Kurt Warner.
Wow. And what the 2000 with the Rams?
Doesn't say
Warner.
Here.
It was probably It was probably the greatest show on turf. Yeah. No, yeah, it had to be. That was the only year he won a Super Bowl. He didn't win it with Cardinals that year. He lost to Pittsburgh. I forgot.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was on the Cards at one point, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he took him to the Super Bowl that. Yeah, damn. That was a tough one. That was a good one. All right.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
All right. Well, all right. We still got 3. We're 3-3. All right. We're on the 6th turn. All right. Let me get you with.
What you got?
Okay. Damn. Hold up.
Don't overthink.
Okay. Which team has lost the most World Series?
Shit. Lost the most. That means they have to have made it a lot of times. Is it the Yankees?
It is the Yankees, yeah. Yankees.
Yeah. I know we lost a few, but we made it a lot of times. We won 27, but we made it
41 pennants. 41 AL pennants. Yeah, you guys have lost 13 World Series.
Hey man, 3 against the Marlins. We lost. Yeah, there's plenty of we have plenty of losses there, but we also make it to the World Series a lot. Well, obviously not in recent times, but historically. So I just did some math there.
All right, hit me with it.
All right. This one's really good. Who was the youngest NBA MVP in league history? And I'm sure you know this one. You're going to have to dial back a little bit.
I'm between 2. Actually, no, I don't think he won the MVP. I was going to say Derrick Rose, but he didn't win the MVP as a rookie. He just won Rookie of the Year. Damn. It's got to be fuck.
I would say trust your gut right now. Who else you have in mind?
I guess it's got to be LeBron because he came in at 18.
Wrong. Derrick Rose. Because Derrick Rose won it in he won it in his 3rd year. He won it in his 3rd year. So he did win Rookie of the Year. And then that was the LeBron and Miami era. He took it from LeBron. LeBron could have had 3 in a row.
Yeah, it was when Chicago was first seed, I think, that year. Yeah. And then he tore his ACL in the playoff. Was it in the playoff, right?
Level. Yep.
Took it to his ACL in the playoff and then never was the same.
Was he was maybe 20.
Damn, I should have trusted with Derrick Rose, but I was thinking his rookie year, and I'm like, no, he won Rookie of the Year that year.
He was not the youngest
MVP. Bro, because he went to college. So because he went to college, so I'm thinking he's got to be older. Yeah. So and I'm thinking like, well, LeBron. When did LeBron win it? LeBron's 18 when he came in.
LeBron, I think, was the youngest at the time before Rose took it.
Damn, I was on track. It was one of those two because I was like, I knew it wasn't Kobe, and obviously it wasn't Jordan or anybody else. It had to be somebody who was good when they were young. Fuck, man. All right. So you got the lead. 4-3. We're on our 7th turn. All right. Who holds the record for the most rushing touchdowns in a season by a QB?
Shit, now I'm between the 2. No, there's like 3. You got Mike Vick up there. You got Lamar Jackson up there. I mean, right now you got Jalen Hurts up there with the tush push. He's getting all these rushing touchdowns. Yo, give me Lamar Jackson. I think he broke Mike Vick's record.
Incorrect. You're on the right track. He broke Mike Vick's rushing yards record. The quarterback with the most rushing touchdowns is Cam Newton in 2011. His rookie year, 14 rushing touchdowns.
He broke that record his rookie year?
Mm-hmm. He was drafted in 2011.
Damn.
14 rushing touchdowns.
Shit, the way the Eagles are playing, who knows? Maybe Hurts breaks that record this year. Eagles at the 1 yard line, dangerous.
All right, so that was the 8th turn. Was that the 7th turn or 8th turn? I think it's.
Damn, Cam Newton his rookie year. Shit.
Is that the 7th or 8th? Did I say 7 or 8?
That might be 8.
Okay, that's 8. Okay, so then this is going to be my 8th. All right, let's go.
All right. Which NFL team won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years in the 1990s?
Dallas Cowboys. The classic, how about them Cowboys?
The Cowboys.
That's where that whole thing fucking came from. They're still holding on to that. Jerry Jones is for sure. They're still holding on to that. Jimmy Johnson, Michael Irving, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, 3 and 4 though. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, they had a dynasty. It was wild.
Shit.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Who holds the record for the most points in an NBA playoff game?
Record for most points in an NBA playoff game.
I'm going to double check it just to be.
I'm going to go Jordan flu game 63. Was it flu game?
Correct.
63? Okay.
I don't know if it was a flu game, but yeah, he scored 63 in game 2.
It was 63. 2. Was it flu game?
86.
Don't remember. Sorry for the Jordan stands.
No, it's not. It wasn't the flu game, actually. My bad. This was in the 80s. This was 1986. This was before the dynasty run. It was in the first round of the playoffs against the Celtics. Larry Bird and the Celtics. This was kind of like the first year he kind of like came into his own.
But it was 63.
It was 63, yeah.
God damn.
And 86. Oh. It was before the 90s, that whole era. Before
damn. He I got that
went on a fucking tear.
I'll take that.
Honestly, I knew it was Jordan, but I didn't remember it being in the 80s before like that whole you would think it would be during the 90 run, but it wasn't. It's crazy. 86.
I'll take that. All right.
So you got 5. All right. So we're at the ninth round. Oh wait. Okay. That was the 9th round. Okay. No, wait. That was the 8th round. Okay. Now. Wait. I said 8, and then you gave it to me, right?
Yeah.
Fucking. Okay. So then I just gave you that.
We're lost without Gabe here. We're lost without Gabe.
And then I gave you that question. All right. We're at 9. Okay. So hit me with one.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's see.
I got to win here. I got to get this.
Oh, I like this one. Who was the last NBA player to average a triple-double for a season before Russell Westbrook? AKA, who is the original Mr. Triple-Double?
I was going to say Russell Westbrook.
Russ did it 3 times, but before that, no one's done it before. Well, only one person.
Man, I was gonna say Russell Wilson, not Russell Westbrook.
It's an old head.
Man, triple double. Who was? I'm between 2, between Reggie Miller, and I'm between Ray Allen for some reason.
Ray Allen averaging a triple double.
I take back the Ray Allen.
Ray Allen getting
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about Reggie Miller. I'm gonna go Reggie Miller.
No, Oscar Robertson. They go.
Damn.
That's a tough one. Reggie Miller, I mean, OGs might know. I'm pretty sure a lot of OGs know this. But
damn, I was feeling pretty good about that Reggie Miller. Yes. Fuck.
Right. Well, I laughed at Ray Allen, bro. Ray Allen getting 10 rebounds a game.
I don't know why I said Ray Allen. I don't know why. I take that back. I take that. No, yeah, he was too small. Fuck. All right. This is the final round.
All right, what you got?
All right, I need you to lose, and I need to get this one, and it will be tied. All right.
Don't violate and give me some shit that nobody knows. Right? From the 50s.
Okay.
What you got?
All right. This is a good one. All right. Who has the most hits in MLB history?
Damn, I should know this. Damn, I feel exposed. I feel exposed. Give me Barry Bonds.
Incorrect. It was Pete Rose. They're coming back to Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
He had 4,256 hits.
All right, that's just insane. Bro, how long did this guy play?
You can't even remember that many hits. Like, that's insane. Like, wild. All right. It's my chance to tie it up. Hit me with it.
All right. I'm going to try to be fair here. I'm not going to violate. Let's see. Oh, this one might be easy for you. But let's see. Now, I actually want to know if you know this. I want to know how much of a diehard you are. Who was the first player ever drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Tony Baselli, 1996.
Tony Baselli.
Second overall pick.
Okay. 1995. The year I was 95? Born. It was 95.
Oh, yeah. It was 95. First year. Yeah, my bad. I'm stupid. Yeah. 95.
Damn.
All right. Shit, so we're tied up. We can end it on a tie.
You might really be a diehard. You might really
He's like, well, it's kind of one. He just won his gold jacket, became the first Jaguar to enter the Hall of Fame this past year, and he's on Jags radio like all the time. He's like always.
So he's still relevant. He's still there.
Yeah, he's like known in the city. Like he does the radio. He does. Like,
nice.
He does all. Yeah, I was actually listening to him on the way back home. So like he's very involved in the media side of the team. So we're tied up. We can either end it on a tie here or we do a do or die. Like,
no, I say,
want to get it wrong.
We ended on a tie.
Okay,
next episode we'll bring Gabe back.
0-0 draw. We hit some soccer rules. Let's go.
Oh shit! Now you got me in that one. We're gonna have to start throwing some golf trivia, some tennis trivia, some track trivia.
No, I'm saying soccer rules. End on a tie.
Got you. Well, I think this concludes our episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 99. Broncos are back. Biggest highlight of the week for me. Stay tuned for episode 100. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a big one. Continue to follow us on Instagram, listen, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We love the interactions, man. And if you want to shit on Julian for his horrible answers, especially the Ray Allen one, I'm okay with that. Just let him know in the comments.
Hey, that wasn't an answer. I was like, that was not an answer. I threw it out there.
If you guys want to get in,
it wasn't a final answer.
Trivia. We're gonna put some trivia on our stories on X, aka Twitter. We'll get on that.
All right, boys. We'll see you guys in the next episode, episode 100. See you guys then.